Where do I find the password?
Yeah, I'm not seeing one. I was looking and I was able to get in without one.
Darn.
I don't know.
Does that person not have an account? Is that why they need a password?
No idea. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see if this works.
The account, Athena, that it was created from should have a room link always and a Zoom ID and a password. So it's your room and it always has a password if needed. But it's,
I'm looking at the invitation.
Yeah.
And it has the password. I hope it's the password. It says password.
Okay, then it's probably the one. It's unique to every Zoom account. Yeah.
Can one of you tell me how to stream it on Facebook?
I don't see it streaming on Facebook. Like I'm on my Facebook and I don't see it.
I think if you go to Suitman Productions,
you know what? I don't see it streaming on there. Oh, let's see.
Let's see. If you go on to the event link, it's playing right now, and then you can have them hit watch live.
I see us.
Yeah, it is there. If you go to Suitman Productions, and then you can just share out that link to your. Hey everybody, you're watching behind the scenes.
Real ass women.
We hear you. Hey y'all.
Real ass women with technology.
I know, right?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Makes me feel like back in the first days of quarantine.
Right? And everyone was like, what is Zoom? How do I do it?
It's like the Brady Bunch about the theme song.
Totally. Exactly, right?
Mm-hmm.
It said Brady Butt on the screen instead of Brady Bunch.
1970s butt, right? Brady Bunch.
Better than 70s Bush.
I mean, they did think about Rudy back in the 70s, right?
Oh, we have a phone number for somebody.
Oh, yay. Hey, Debbie.
Yay!
Woo!
Hi, beautiful ladies.
Hey, Debbie.
I thought I would be the only pretty one tonight. Y'all all got me kicking my ass. Y'all all look good. Y'all all look good. Shoot, I got competition tonight. Shoot.
Okay.
No, you look amazing. So it was worth the wait. We're like,
thank you, baby. I'll be 66 next month. So.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
You look great. No,
heck yeah.
I know the extra weight blows all my wrinkles out. So.
Okay. I think we are ready to start. Let me just do the thing real quick. Pardon moi. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Suitman Productions Raw Comedy. I am your host, Athena Rodriguez. Welcome.
Woohoo!
Yeah, Athena.
Hey. All right. Well, you know the drill. We have amazing comics here tonight. Some of them I've had the pleasure to work with in person, and some of them I'm getting to see for the first time. Either way, I'm super excited. We have a headliner who's raring to go and looking absolutely lovely. Let's just get started. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know that I just realized that I get the weirdest compliments from people. I don't know if you have that issue. I had this lady tell me that she liked my coworker at work because she said she looked like Wonder Woman, and then she looked me dead in the face and told me I looked like a werewolf. I didn't understand. I guess she said because my eye color is very light, so it looked like a werewolf. I don't know. And then later I had a person tell me that I had Johnny Depp nose, which I didn't really understand because it's a nose. And and I kind of wanted to like return the compliment, but the weird compliment. And I told her she had like feet like Sideshow Bob. They're very long. I mean, I was trying to, make the compliment better than that because it sounded rude. So I was like, you can get twice as many steps. That's amazing. That's amazing. The only way I get twice as many steps is when I wear a pedometer and I walk vigorously because the jiggle counts as an extra step. It's a life hack. It's a life hack. While I was at work, also, I had a person who told me they were a fortune teller come in. And I worked at a video store, so there was a lot of DVDs around, and he said, I'll tell you your fortune if you give me one of these DVDs. And I thought that was an odd barter system, but he decided to tell me my fortune anyway, even though I said no. And he said, you are wanting to be thin. And I'm like, that's my fortune. I feel like that's just fact. That's real life right there. And then he told me, you're going to have a boyfriend. And I was married at the time, so I was like, well, that's going to be awkward. That's going to be very weird. And yeah, he was just really into getting that DVD. And I felt like, his trash fortune teller advice kind of matched the trash DVD. I was willing to just let him, go home with that weird copy of Insane Clown Posse's Big Money Hustlers. Like, take it, you deserve it. I don't know. Anyway, I was just feeling like I had to air out that rant and set the mood. Really set the mood tonight because we have some amazing comments. And I am so excited. Our first comic is actually a Seattle native living in Nashville. Everyone put your hands together for Ash Newland.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor and privilege to be on my very first online comedy show. I'm so excited. Finally able to show family members from afar that I'm actually funny. So I've moved all over. I've lived in Seattle. I've lived in Dallas. I lived in Bangkok as a missionary, doing it missionary style, banging cock in Bangkok. Kidding. But anyway, and then I moved here to Tennessee. And my dating life has just been really interesting. Almost got married a couple years ago during 2020. 2020, 2021 was just a big, shit show type of thing. And we're rolling into 2022. 2022, if you're going to screw us, just use a little bit of lube. Just a little bit. Make it easier on us. Anyways, and so when it comes to dating, I've had some really interesting dates for sure. I remember going on a date with this guy and, we both grew up religious. I'm like, he used to be a pastor's kid. I used to be a pastor. And I was like, okay, cool. We have a lot of things in common. We understand what it was like to be religious. So go on this date. Seems really cool. And, we're at this San Antonio taco place in Nashville. Remind me of my mom's enchiladas. And I'm just eating this enchilada. It was just so good and delectable. And then in the corner of my eye, I see something sparkly and shiny. And I look over, and on his left finger, he had a ring. And I was like, oh, are you like saving yourself for marriage? because that's a cool purity ring. You know, I respect that. And he was like, oh no, it is not a purity ring. I'm married and I'm looking for something on the side. And for me, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I gotta leave right now. I just have to leave right now. So I'm about to like dash it quick out of here type of thing. He's like, well, wait, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not a homewrecker, dude. Just leave it out. I'm leaving. He's like, well, wait, I'm just kidding. I'm a virgin. I've never even had sex before. I sat down. I just couldn't. I've already did a virgin, been there, done that. 4 vibrators later, I'm never going to do that again. And so as I leave, never heard from him again until later on, 4 years later, he reaches out to me.
Ashley, we can't hear you.
And then also, you know, when it comes to dating, it's just, you know, I'd rather be single than to be in a relationship and miserable. And it's really funny how things go when it comes to a relationship. And let's see. Let's see. You know, I was a missionary in Bangkok, and that was a really interesting time. And there were these 2 guys. One had a machete, and the other guy was the barista. And then there were these 2 women, and they were just going back and forth with each other. And I'm just like drinking my coffee and trying, like I knew a little bit of Thai, but I didn't know enough. And it just reminded me of a Jerry Springer Maury moment. I was thinking like he knocked up the girl, the barista knocked up the girl, and the father is threatening him with the machete. And then all of a sudden you see the barista guy run. And then he has this knife in his hand going after the guy with the machete. And then of course the owner that was a friend of mine came out. And then I saw him just starting to like trying to make sure that there's no bloodshed, no bloodbath or anything. It was the scariest moment of my life. I'm just like, should I run? Should I stay? Do I call the cops? I don't even know what their emergency number is. I know 911 is in America, but I don't know what the emergency. Why did this all happen? And he was just like, well, we changed ice companies. Ice? Yeah, ice. We don't make our own ice in-house. We get it from someone else, and the other person was cheaper. So they got mad that they were losing, you know, their best customer. It's like, oh, okay. So it definitely wasn't an ice baby for sure. Yeah, it was definitely an interesting moment, interesting time. Came back to the States, and it was definitely a culture shock for sure. And definitely a culture. And thank you guys so much for your time, and you have a wonderful night.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ash Newland, everyone, telling us the scariest part of her life and making us laugh with it. Thank you so much. All right, we are moving along to our next comedian of the evening. Pardon me. This next comedian is a businesswoman by day, comic by night, and all of her comedy show earnings are donated to charity. Please put your hands together for the absolutely wonderful Anna May.
Anna.
Thank you. Thank you. Some people get excited about me donating all my comedy earnings to charity, but it's really not that much. So I'm really excited to have the mask mandate back again because I get to save money on lipstick and stuff. So I have my mask. I love this mask because I can wear it and it keeps me warm. But sometimes when I'm in a haste to get ready for work in the morning, if I do have to work outside the home, I just put it on real fast. But then I realized I was taking it off one day and then I realized, oh, well, what is this? And then I started to take this off too. And I realized I put 2 masks on, but one of them was my husband's chonies. Who the hell makes masks and chonies the same color? Who does that? Who does that? Oh. Well, I'm home, working from home, so I don't have to wear a mask tonight, but that was some of my marital bliss that I'm sharing with you tonight. And I like to do laundry because I am ensured that my stuff won't shrink or fade. But I've been married for a long time. And last year was a really big year. I celebrated 3 years doing comedy because my husband said that I needed an outlet for all the inappropriate comments I make in the very heavily regulated workplace. So I started doing comedy. And of course, he's the brunt of my comedy and I talk shit about him. So he doesn't come to my shows anymore, which is fine because I could really talk shit about him. And last year was also a really big year because I celebrated our wedding anniversary. And I've now been married for more than 25 years.
Yay!
Yay.
Thank you. Only 10 years to this husband, though.
Okay.
Thank you. Whoever's laughing like that, I love you for that, because you're probably married too, and you know what it's like to be married. It's hell sometimes, but this is my 3rd marriage, and it's also his 3rd marriage. And back when I was in between husbands, I met my now husband for the first time, and he was already on wife number 2. And I thought, ew, what kind of a loser has been married twice already? So I had to catch up. And the one good thing about being married is, especially to married to an older man, I'm married to an older man who's actually officially retired now. So he's retired. So he does all the stuff around the house that I don't want to do, except for laundry. He does the cooking. He arranges for the cleaning. He does all the grocery shopping. He shops for clothes for me. That's why I have all these little short, tight things. But I really am thankful for that because he just loves stuff I don't want to do. I hate shopping. Shopping is a pain. He does what's traditionally the chick work, the traditionally woman's work, which I joke and I tell him, you're responsible for all the vagina work. And I realized that, I have to be really nice to him because I don't want him to ever dump my ass because then I'm going to have to do all that shit. So no, I'm keeping him. And of course, we're on another lockdown where we have to wear masks again. I was recently exposed to somebody who tested positive for COVID. So now I've got to stay home for 10 or 14 days just in case, which is fine because it's my excuse to not go out and do much. But I'm here with my husband all day long. And recently he started a pottery business, which sounds kind of like an old lady thing, doesn't it? Ladies make pottery. Well, here I've got this man who, when he was working 35 years in top level government service, he had 1,000 employees. He would just snap his fingers and his employees would do his bidding, so he's changed a lot. He went from that man in charge, smack down with 1,000 employees to now I get to have him while he makes pottery in our basement. So I'll come home from working all day and he'll be, at the front door like a little puppy, so excited that I'm home. And he'll hold up his phone and he'll say, look at this woman who just bought one of my mugs. Well, first of all, he sells these handmade mugs for $30. Who would buy a handmade mug for $30? Who does that? Who does that? Millennial girls. These bitches spend money on stupid stuff like that. No wonder they can't afford to live in the Bay Area. So this, this baby boomer is holding up his little phone with this hot little millennial girl posing with one of her little mugs for $30 that she bought from him and bragging about it. And I said, oh, that's nice, sweetie. That's really sweet. Well, I just sold a $900,000 condo. So get back in the kitchen and make me my dinner. This is what I'm dealing with. Okay. Another thing that I had to deal with, being on lockdown with him recently, and I'm just, lockdown's in my head tonight because I'm going to be on lockdown for another 14 days because of exposure to this person who tested positive for COVID. And I don't want to get one of those swabs, so I'll just stay home, stay away from everything. Well, anyway, he wanted me to go to CVS and buy him his, special man lotion, which is basically the same chemistry as the stuff I use. It just smells like dude, that stuff. So I told him, just use mine. I don't want to go shopping. I hate shopping. So he's complaining about my lotion. He says, well, your lotion smells like butt. Well, wash your hands first. Don't scratch back there before you smell my lotion. And another thing that I've really been missing is seeing my mom. Now, my mom is Chinese, okay? I'm half Chinese, made in Taiwan. And so my mom, she doesn't speak very good English. So I spend as much time with her as I can because one day she's going to croak and then I won't have time to spend with her anymore. Plus, I want to stay on her good graces so I could stay in her will. So I get to, inherit all the homeless hillbilly family members that have no teeth living in the house. Well, I pick her up for lunch one day, and as we're leaving her house, we pass by the neighbor's yard, okay? And this neighbor has this big lemon tree in the front. And my mom says, oh, look at the neighbor's tree. Look at those beautiful lemons. I'm gonna go pick them. So, Mom, you have to ask the neighbor for permission first. That's okay, the neighbor's my friend. Really, Mom? Do you even know the neighbor's name? What's the neighbor's name? Filipino. This is how Asian people identify each other. We call each other by, Filipino, Chinese. Here's something else. I used to run a Chinese restaurant, a chain of Chinese restaurants with my first husband. And it was Americanized Chinese food, which means even I would eat it. And there was no bones or skin or cartilage or eyes in the Chinese food that we served. Well, there was a dish we had called the Chong chicken salad. Okay, this was 20 years ago. We can call it Chong chicken salad and nobody would get all sensitive about being called a Chong chicken salad. So this was in between husbands or something. I don't remember what the deal was. Mom was trying to she was trying to set me up with yet another husband, even though I was already married. That's how my mom is. To this day, she still wants me to, she's still trying to identify husband number 4 for me. That's how moms are. My mom is terrible that way, but I love her because, she's a bigger flirt than I am. Well, she was kind of flirting with this tall, handsome German customer that used to come into the restaurant. And this tall, handsome German customer's name was Axel. And Axel would actually come in to order the Chong chicken salad. Okay. Really, he was really there to check out the Kung Pao Kitty, He was interested in the Chong chicken salad. Well, on Axel's way out of the restaurant one day, my mom says to him, "Thank you, asshole." Yes. Sales of our Chong chicken salad went way down after that. But that's okay because my husband was getting suspicious anyway. Well, hey, I appreciate you all being here. This has been fun. I actually put on lipstick for tonight.
Yay!
Woo-hoo! Me too.
Woo!
I can't wait to give you big fat hugs again after I test negative for this stupid.
Anime, love you, anime.
Woo! And I just want to go on record to say, yes, Anime's mother is like that. I got the pleasure of meeting her in person, and she is freaking adorable.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Everything you say and more. All right. Moving along, we have our next comedian, Rip Raring to go. I hope you all are excited. She hails from Santa Clara, California. Everyone put your hands together for Mel Michelle. Woo!
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. It's Mel Michelle. How are you everybody doing on a Saturday night?
Woo!
All right. So yeah, a little bit about me. I was married for 23 years to 2 men. Yep. Yep. And I'm a middle-aged woman. I'm divorced, and I made a list of what I want in a man. Want to hear the list? Yeah, he's got to have a job. Yeah, he's got to be a good listener. And he's got to want to finger bang me in the parking lot of a Whole Foods. Sorry, Dad. Okay, anyways. Oh, yeah. So this is a female, all-female show, right? All-female show. It's female friendly, every and let's hear for Athena for hosting, everybody. Athena. Everywhere you look on this mic, on this show, our lighting looks great. We look really slim. And if you call 1-800-DANTE, he's handing out free tampons, everybody. He has free tampons for anybody who calls. Anyways, yeah. So I don't like smart cars. I don't want to ever get a smart car. Every time I drive them, it feels like it's mansplaining to me. Anybody else? Right? Mansplaining cars. They tell me both hands on the wheel. Stay in your lane. Show me your tits. Anybody else? Yeah, maybe I'm just renting the wrong car. I don't know. No, it's hard out there. The pandemic. I know NMA's. Sorry to hear you're sequestered again here. The pandemic was hard for me. I lived by myself with the cock block of a dog. I had no home dick, everybody, no home dick. So, I kind of went back and forth with this guy, and, made some mistakes. And so when the vaccine came out, I said to him, are you going to get that vaccine? And he said to me, Melanie, that's just the flu. I'm like, really? You live with your mother? You're 56 years old? Nah. My buddy's wife got that, and she had a bad case of diarrhea. She got real sick. And I said, oh my goodness, what happened to her? Did she die? A blood clot? No, 24 hours of diarrhea. And I thought, oh my goodness, diarrhea, big deal. If that was a woman, we'd be working, taking care of the kids. We would be fine. I really want a man that can handle his shit. I bet the men watching right now, especially if he's watching this show, right now, watching us women, I bet that man watching our show right now is shitting his pants right now and smiling and taking it like a man, right? Right? Yeah, all you men watching our show right now, I bet you could really be a good shitter. Yeah. Just so you know, this is Mel Michelle's Vagina Monologues right here, right here. Yeah, you're going to hear a lot of things from me here. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know. I kind of said no more of him. He can't handle his shit. Can't handle his diarrhea. So yeah. So let's see what else. What else do I have for you? Insightful stuff for women and men. Yeah, my second husband was a hoarder. Yeah, I know how to pick them, right? And we had a spare bedroom full of all this broken technology. He had a box of USB cords, a box of floppy disks, and a box of 25 used harmonicas he got off of eBay. I know, right? What's he going to do with that? I don't know. And my dad used to say to me, who does he think he is, Stevie Wonder? And I said, I wish he was Stevie Wonder, Dad. I wouldn't have to pay the rent by myself for 17 years, So yeah, he was pretty much into like junk and technology. So much so that when my magic wand vibrator broke, yeah, that thing did well. You know, when it broke, I threw it away. Who wants to use vibrator, right? Threw it away. Less than 24 hours, it appeared on his work desk. And I said, what's this doing here? What is this doing here? I threw it away. And he said, I wanted to take it apart to see how it works, Melanie. And I said, you know how it works. You know how the vibrator works. You know, that's why we're getting divorced. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. And so anyways, you know, with this, I'm thinking, you know, that vibrator was very powerful. And I bet someday if he uses that, it's going to shoot right up to space. Shoot right up to space, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Guess what I'm saying? My pussy's going to be in space, everybody. Yeah, you better look out for it. Right up in space. I'm going to be up there. Debbie, you look horrified. Just teasing. Yeah, so I hope everybody's doing well. I'm back to not wearing pants. I haven't done a Zoom mic in a while. I look business on top and party in the bottom. I'm wearing a bra. I mean, I know Kathy sometimes said, I don't wear a bra in Zoom comedy. I thought I'd wear a bra. You know, I wore a bra for you, Athena, you know, but I'm not wearing pants. Just so everybody know that. My people from my hometown are watching. There's Mel Michelle with no pants on. So yep, that's me. So thank you, everybody. And like I said, 1-800-DANTE, he's giving away free tampons and maxi pads. Yep. It's how female friendly this is. Thank you for having me, everybody. Everybody take care.
Woo! Woo! Okay, give me 1 second. Because you're talking to me on 2 different screens. Yeah, that's right. I don't know if you can hear you. All right, so we've got another comedian ready to go. I hold on, I forgot to turn off the timer. Okay, I am a professional squirrel. Okay, moving along, we're just gonna boot me back in here. Hey everyone, our next comedian is a comedian and Second City trained improviser who performs all over the country as well. Just one county, all over the country, as well as Zoom. She was a semifinalist in the Battle of the Bay Comedians contest in 2019. Everyone put your hands together for Kathy Guest.
Hey, everybody. Hey. Remember pre-pandemic? Remember that? You know, do you guys have a good holiday season? I did. I have a great holiday season, but I always get thrown off between Christmas and New Year's. Like, I feel like that week is the perineum of the holiday season. Like, what is it for? What is it doing there? Does anybody know what it's for and why we have it? What is it? Right? It throws me. This was a really great Christmas. It was a little sad this year. It was the first Christmas without my grandma. She loved Christmas. She was a badass. She was like a horny old lady. But really, what kind of old lady would you want to be if not a horny one, right? She would crush a Starlight Mint and snort it, right? Use one of those butterscotches as like a ninja star. Take your head off. She was a badass. But she had all these ornaments that she left us, and they were all like triple and quadruple wrapped in plastic. And I remember as a kid, like going to her house and like, you couldn't sit down on any furniture until she covered it in plastic. You go to sit down, she's like, yeah, she covered it in plastic. And that reminded me of the time I introduced her to my senior prom date. Yeah. And I said, don't worry, Grandma, because anything of his that I sit on tonight will be covered in plastic. Yeah. I'm a quick learner. It's good. She taught me well. A funny thing happened to me during perineum week, as I like to call it, of the holiday season. I actually butt dialed Lyft. I don't know how I did it, but they came to my door And they're like, oh, we got a ride for Kathy. And I was like, I didn't order a ride. They're like, this you? And I'm like, yeah. So we had a laugh and they're like, well, we got to charge you $5. I was like, that's cool, right? $5. Like that is the cheapest butt lift my ass is ever going to see. Right? So yes, yes, bring it. But it does make me sad about my butt. I do not like my butt, right? I'm a mom. I don't like it. I don't like the way age is like going south. It's true. But I do like yoga pants. That's why we wear yoga pants, right, ladies? It's like to suck everything in, right? Like I once lived in yoga pants during COVID for probably a month. Like if you like cut me out of that thing, I didn't know what was going to pop out. Right? Food, keys, another baby I didn't know about. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I realized, you know what? Like at my age, like I don't need like a swoosh. I don't need Nike yoga pants. What am I gonna do with that? I don't need a swoosh, right? I need a product with a logo of somebody's ass just holding up my butt cheeks, just like for all it's worth, right? And the tagline is just do it. Well, we know you won't. So here's our product. That's what we need. That's what I need. But I am trying to work out. I have been trying to work out and I don't like working out at all. And I realized that specifically during COVID, like there's 3 levels of fitness. That's what I discovered. Right? There's fit, there's unfit, and holy shit, nothing fits. So I've been riding my little like, stationary bike, trying to stay fit. And my husband, he got me this Apple Watch, right? Overkill, I don't need it. That's what tech dudes do. He said, here, take this. But I'm actually starting to appreciate it now because it lets me track some really cool things. Like right now, I am tracking the number of steps I need to reach my goal of pretentious Silicon Valley asshole. Yeah, it's so close. Don't worry, I'll tweet about it incessantly. You guys will know about it. It's good. It's good. But I'm also at this very kind of funky place in my 40s where, like, as you get older, like your metabolism runs off with another woman. So I'm hungry and I'm horny all the time. At the same time, and I said to my husband the other day, we were gonna go like, well, the kids are doing their thing. We were gonna go get some bedroom time. And I was like, get me a sandwich. He's like, what? I'm like, you heard me. Don't come back here without a sandwich. So now my fantasy threesome is me, a hot guy, and a giant ass taco truck. I need it. Well, some of you ladies have been married a long time, and I totally relate because next month I will celebrate 23 years married. Yeah, the same guy, voluntarily. Exactly, right? Like, and I checked our marriage certificate. Turns out there's no expiration date. So yeah, no, he's stuck with me. But my husband is a great guy. He's like so patient. He's an angel. He deserves everything wonderful in a partner. Unfortunately for him, I plan to live forever. So that's what's up. That's what he's stuck. We're stuck. A little bit about me. Before I actually did comedy as my business, I was an executive in tech. I spent 15 years in tech, right? # lady exec, which interestingly enough is also what I call my lady business. # the C-suite. Not everybody's getting an invite to the C-suite, right? And people always ask me, they're like, oh my God, Kathy, what was that like? Because, male dominated tech. So I can summarize it this way. The last company I was at, I was VP, and all the groups got names, right? The IT guys got a name. They call themselves the It Bros, right? The It Bros, which is cool for IT guys. Right? It's clever for them. And then the money people call themselves the Dough Bros. Okay, clever, right? And then they came up with the name for the women in my business division. Kathy and Brenda. Yep. And weren't a lot of women. But believe me, I earned every penny in tech that I didn't make. Everything that I didn't get paid. So I had something else happen to me that's very funny during perineum week. I got mercy carded at Bevmo, right? I got mercy carded, right? I like, I'm over 21, dude. You know that I am. But he's like, young lady, can I see some ID? And I was like, sure, I'll play. Okay. Right? Sure. But I realized like, it's pretty hilarious because I think about what he saw. Like he sees an older lady, like in sweatpants, right? Holding up my ass, buying a lot of alcohol. People are lonely during the holidays. He doesn't know. He's like, oh, that's sad. I'll make her day, right? I totally get it. I am also, it turns out, at a place in my 40s where people think I work at Target. That's what people think I work at Target, probably because I'm there a lot, buying stuff for the family. It's true. And it doesn't bother me that people think that I work there, right? Not at all. Those people work hard. It bothers me that they look at me and they go, you know what? That white lady looks like she knows where some stupid shit is. And they're right. I do. So like, I know that at the Target near me in San Jose, right? The weed tests, the drug tests are right next to the pregnancy tests. Right? So for fun, I put some wine, I put some chocolate there. All we need is Plan B to create a value bundle for the ladies. You're welcome, ladies. That's right. Just for you. You guys are awesome. That's my time. I'm Kathy Guest. Thank you.
Woo!
Kathy.
Woo! Thank you so much, Kathy. That was freaking awesome. Hey, just a reminder on the Suitman production video that this is streaming on, don't forget to check the comments. We have all of the comics that you're seeing tonight. All of their Venmos, Cash Apps, PayPals are listed there. You don't have to tip, but hey, man, it's pretty damn awesome what we're doing here. So go on, get down with your bad self, especially our next comedian of the evening. Hey, everyone, are you ready for your headliner?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. Oh, I am so excited. This is going to be my first time seeing this headliner, and I am super stoked, as you should all be. Everyone, put your hands together for Debbie Wooten. Woo!
Well, Happy New Year, first of all, everybody. Now, I realize this, that when you first born, you don't hear Father Time clock going tick, 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 tick. It's so soft, you don't hear it. Then you get to be a teenager, you still don't hear. Your 20s, you don't hear. Get 30, you hear a little noise. Get in your 40s, you guys in your 40s, you hear the tick, tick, tick. What's that little noise? I don't know. It's kind of irritating me. Get in your 50s, tick, 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 tick. And now I'm in my mid-60s, getting ready to go in my 70s, going tick, tock, tick, tock. Now I know about them old people in their 80s, they act like they can't hear. It's because the TikTok is just drowning their hearing out. What you say? What you say? Because that TikTok is loud as hell. Because I can barely hear right now. That TikTok is ticking, talking fast. Right. Woo! Yeah, people say I don't look like I'm 66 years old. It's because of, extra weight blows on my wrinkles out. They say, what's the secret to your skin? Fried chicken, oinkavole. That's what I use. Every time I feel a wrinkle, I just have seconds. Blow that bitch right out. That's what I'm talking about. I don't mess around. I don't mess around at all. Well, you can see I got my hand is in bad shape here, and I'm sorry, but just years and years of finally caught up with my ass, and I had to go to the emergency room. And I was embarrassed when the doctor asked me what happened. I didn't want to tell him. Got locked in that position. And he said, well, if you can't tell me, can you show me? I said, close the curtains. Because I'm bad like that, But, even though I'm almost going towards 70 years old, life is attitude, because this body will change on you. So you young women, I see all you young women, and Kathy, you complaining and stuff. Girl, you look good. Everybody look good in here. But let me tell you something. Young women, you still got tits. All y'all still got tits because you're young. You're in your 30s, 40s. I'm almost 70s. Now, these ain't tits no more. These is titties. Titties is different from tits. Tits, they rub up against each other. Like they create cleavage. Oh, I love you. I love you too. When they become titties, don't you touch me. I'm going in the yard where the shade is at. They don't like each other. But tits, they're strong too. You can just put your credit card in your tits, you can put the phone in your tits, and your tits say, hey, I got it. I'm strong, I'm a tit. I put my phone in my tits. Ooh, let your panties catch that. That's way too heavy for us. We can't be doing that. Y'all need to laugh so I can hear something. Ashley, take off your mic. Put your mic on, Ashley. Put your mic on. I can hear you. Put your mic on. That's right. Thank you. That's right. I need sound effects.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I feel like I'm at group. It's my turn to talk. Yeah, I say. That's it. That's it.
Yay, titties.
This body will change on you. Now, be grateful for what you got and what you ain't got. Because this COVID, this Omicron, I call it Omicron. This is my second pandemic. This is my second pandemic I've survived. I was in the polio pandemic back in the 50s, and I contracted polio. I called it because guess what? I didn't get the vaccine. I got polio. 5 months old, I got polio. And I also had spinal bifida scoliosis. But you know what? I'm going to let all this stop me because I don't want you feeling sorry for me. I don't feel sorry for myself. I still got attitude. I still think I'm kind of sexy. I think I'm delicious, kind of a hoochie mama. Kind of a hoe. I'm a poly hoe. That's why I'm a poly hoe. And, once you go poly hoe, you never go back. So, see, that's different from a regular hoe and a poly hoe. See, a regular hoe, her leg gonna go this far back because she got good, strong leg muscle, but a poly hoe leg drop all the way back. Like, Barbie ain't got shit on me. Woo! Yes. Yeah. And this weight fluctuates too. I've been struggling with my weight. I've been trying to do all these diets. I even tried the Atkins diet. Just wound up acting like I was on a diet. It didn't work that damn good. But I went on and got my stomach stapled and lost 175 pounds. Yes, I sure did. And but that was a big mistake. I should have never got my stomach stapled because when you old and lose weight real quick, your skin don't snap back. Thank God Home Depot sells 10 duct tape now. So I just tape up real good and I look skinny. I look thin. But I lost all this weight and found a hard lump under my breast. And I was devastated. And I went to the doctor about it. And he told me it was my rib cage. That's a bone? It's supposed to be there? That's weird. I didn't even know that. We got one on each side. That's weird. That was weird for me. I didn't know. Yeah, this is a collarbone. I didn't even know. I thought it was a garter on my tuba or something like that. That was weird. We had a lot of bones. I only seen them on the X-ray, but now I feel them. Yeah, but I live in Oregon, and this is the state of the crazy ass serial killers. So this is skinny as I'm gonna get. Because every time I turn around, these serial killers are snatching up another skinny bitch. I've never seen a fat bitch in a milk carton. Have y'all? No. It's always the skinny girls. Why? Because they're easy to catch. They always walk. They got a lot of energy. Oh, I'll just walk. See us fat bitches, we lazy. We in a car in the drive-through. We ain't walking nowhere. We safe. The door's locked. You see them jogging down the street. Here come the crazy serial killer, a little bitty sports car. Roll the window down a little bit, take a coat hanger, pull them through the window, drive off real fast. But with us big girls, that's not gonna work. First, you gotta go get a food truck, some extra friends, extra rope, push our ass up in the truck. You can't throw us in the Green River called Fat Float. We bobbing all night. You ain't gonna get us down without a fight. And you ain't gonna drag us in the woods and call yourself quickly digging a shallow grave. No, you be digging that hole all night to cover this big ass up. Daylight. And then you gonna get caught. So the only way we can get rid of these crazy, sick ass serial killers is we've got to get rid of skinny people. They're in danger. They're about to be extinct. So I started a new program called You Can't Beat Them, Feed Them program because I care about your safety. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I see some of the skinny people. Ashley's not laughing. She's like, okay, whatever, fat lady. But this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm concerned about people's safety. And if I offended anybody with making light of breast cancer, I don't mean that when I was talking about the ribs, because fellas, you can get breast cancer too, and so check your pecs for lumps and bumps and bruises, get that checked out. And I went into training. I'm a professional pecker checker, and I can check your pecker because I care, about your health. And that's the things I'm care about. I'm saying pecker, but I'm from old school, like I heard somebody say dick earlier. You young women, what do you know about dick? I don't know nothing about no dick. I'm old. See, I came from the dick-friendly generation. I came from a generation when Dick was a good American name. We had Black Dick Gregory, Dick Clark, Dick Bucky, Dick Tracy. We even had a big old Dick swimming in the ocean, Moby Dick. Back in my day, we even had a president, Tricky Dick. See, you guys don't know about bushes, but we had a Dick. The first Dick was our generation. The first book I learned to read in school was See Dick Come with Jane and Sally's Puff and Spot. I couldn't wait to go to school to see what Dick was going to do with Jane's Puff today. But they've taken the dick away from you young women. They made a bad word. Now you can't say dick. They replaced it for you with the penis. What is the sex talk like now, ladies? Oh, baby, give me some more of that hot, throbbing penis. You know what they say about a penis? An unprotected penis kills. That's why I don't mess around no penises. I get me some old-fashioned dick from the 70s. That's what I'm saying. I just shoved the whole history dick right down your throat, took it all in. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Man, enough of that dick talk. It's making me hot. My whole apartment smells like bacon now because I got all excited. And got all excited on there talking about it. Old ladies don't take much. Don't take much. I'm old. I'm old. I'm an old lady now. Yeah, the only thing I got left is my voice now. It's gonna go out in a minute. I can tell. But let me see. I wrote it down here. See, Anna May been married a long time, and Althea been married a long time. Kathy, you've been married a long time. Congratulations, babies. Y'all been married, holding on them husbands. And I've been married too. I've been married 41 years.
Oh.
Yes. Got y'all beat. That's 4 husbands. That's 4 husbands. But I feel like they like college credits. They're cumulative. And I had some great teachers. I was a slow learner. I had to repeat some classes, But I have to be honest with you. My last 3 husbands died in a row. My first husband, he's still alive. He's the father of all my kids. He's a demon. But the other ones all died. All 3 husbands died in a row. Can you believe that 3 husbands died in a row? And my last one just died last year. Can you believe I still believe in the security of marriage? Social Security. It really paid good. I cried all the way down to the office. How much this time? You gotta watch out. And I do want to get married again, but I'm scared now. I'm scared now. I'm nervous because I'm old. I don't have time to find out what the hell wrong with the next man. There's gonna be something wrong with all of them. There's something wrong with them. That's why they're single. So I just need to cut to the chase and find out right away what the hell is wrong with you, because I don't want no surprises. Because I'm old. So I'm only going to date men who are already patients at the mental hospital. They come with a chart. I need a man with instructions. That's all I'm saying. Oh, yeah. I go on Sunday afternoon. That's when they bring them all out to the day room. I just tap on the glass. And then they come over. And I start singing to them. How much is that side? Go in the window. They know music. So I usually check one out for a lunch date or something, and we be having lunch, over or maybe dinner, candlelight dinner, and we exchange charts. So I got a chart too. I'm kind of crazy. So we exchange charts, and he goes, "Hey, Debbie, what? I'm crazy about you." Yeah, I read about on page 4 what kind of crazy your ass is. Thank you very much. That's how I'm doing it right now because I'm old. I like being old because you freed up, see, you young women, you can't express yourself right away because you still have that thing I lost a long time ago, dignity and self-esteem. I don't have no more of that. That's gone. I see something I want, I go, you come here, I want you, like that. That's all I say, because I'm a dirty old poly hoe. That's it. And the thing about me is that women want to know, Debbie, here you are disabled, you have wore braces and all this, and you're kind of thick woman, and how did you get married that many times? I said, well, each man I married proposed to me the same way. It was just weird. Can I tell you about it? Okay, I will. All right. So they come, but this last husband. I married a white guy, this last husband, because Trump scared the fuck out of me, and I had to get some protection. So yeah, sure. He don't like no green card. I got a white card. I said, I won't be safe. Yeah, he was an old Oregon cracker, turned me into a graham cracker. Weird. Well, anyway, so he came home from work. He's like, and he set me down, and he's like, Debbie, baby, Debbie, will you marry me? And I said, okay, I love you. I'm sorry. I know you young women still get choked up on that conversation, huh? Y'all, it's hard for y'all to swallow. But when you know how to do it right, men love it. They love it. I got so good. This is how I got the overbite. I don't have to walk. I just smile on a man. That's right. I was born a sucker. Woo! But anyway, where am I at? Okay, yeah, so I've been disabled since I was 5 months old. I've only been Black since I was 7. And that was a bigger shock than some damn polio. Because, look at my white bra showing. I was hoping it didn't show, but it's showing. Holding up my titties. I don't wear push-ups, I wear pull-ups. Yeah, that's what I wear. That's what you wear at my age. So get ready, Catherine. Y'all rest of you. Yeah, you got kids. I had kids too. I had 5 failed birth control methods. I was delivering with my last baby. The doctor asked me and my husband, said, congratulations, it's another boy. I call my first husband, I call him my husband. Yeah. It's easier to say than X. X, you gotta use your diaphragm. That's too much work. They ain't work on it. Wasn't. That's good enough. All right. So anyway, he said, congratulations. Are you and your husband Jewish? And I go like, Doctor, we Black, African American. Why do you think we Jewish? He said, well, the reason why I thought you were Jewish, because your baby's born with a little cap in his head. That's that damn diaphragm. I knew I had it on. I know you young women probably don't even know what that is. Me and Wilma Flintstone, we wore that. Yeah, y'all lucky now. Y'all got pills, patches, gum. I heard that you girls can even get one shot and won't even get pregnant. See, back in my day, one shot and you got pregnant. So I don't know, it's way different now. But I'll probably be pregnant right now, but I took my uterus I had it removed and taken to a taxidermist and had it stuffed and laminated and put on a stick like a trophy. I got it sitting on my fireplace. Got garlic hanging on the top of it, candles around the base. The Bible, opened up to that scripture, thou shalt not work again. And I'm scared of it, But I didn't want my 5 kids to make me a grandma before time, so I just put birth control pills in the food. Come and get it. That's right. They had these 28 days, roll skip 7 days. That's how we rolled in my house. And my boys they were used to wearing condoms. I put them in their Pampers. They was wearing condoms since they were babies, so they knew how to wear a condom. I trained them early. That's right. So, but now I'm so glad I don't have no little kids now because, I'm a grandma and I got 17 grandkids and my kids are raising their kids so different from way I was raised. The Dick generation, our parents were parents. Y'all new parents, y'all doing something with your kids that our parents never did with us. You letting your kids actually think and make a decision. Yeah, you raise your kids with a question mark. We was raised with an exclamation mark. You're asking your kids things like, honey, you want to eat this for dinner? You want to wear this outfit today? Well, it's getting kind of late. Don't you think it's time before you go to bed? Well, don't you know? Ain't you mama? See, our parents, they didn't ask us nothing. They were leaders. They told us what to do. Eat this, put this on, now get ready to go to bed. There's only one question you should ask a little kid. You got some rent money? That's it. Nothing else. No rent money, no rights. You got the right to mind me. I was a tough mom. My boys thought I had a penis and a vagina. My mama got both. We seen her balls. You ain't seen no balls. Those are big ovaries with hair. What are you talking about? Yeah, but you got to be tough when you got boys. You know, that's how it is. You know, but girls now they I love dressing them up and doing their hair, and it's so cute and they're fun. You know, but then they get around 13 and they start riding their little red pony every month. Now you got Miss Attitude. So my oldest daughter was like 17 at the time, started talking back to me like she was grown, and I got so pissed. But I would never call her out of her name because it's bad on her self-esteem. And I looked at her with my loving mother eyes, and I said, honey, sweetheart, my love buckets, if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm seeing some bitch-like qualities in you, girl. That's all right, because every woman has a bitch, but you never met your mama's bitch because I keep her locked up in a cage. But when you started talking back to me like you was grown, you woke my bitch up. Yes, you did. And you know what she said? Because I would never say this to you, sweetheart, because I love you. She said she want to kick your fucking ass. That's what she said. I love you. She don't give a fuck about you. So if your bitch is running around here, oh, y'all got quiet. Did y'all asses kicked by y'all mamas? I can tell y'all had to go to counseling. Y'all got quiet. Nobody's laughing on this joke. Y'all looking at me all serious with an attitude. I can see that. I'm hitting the sore spot now. Okay. All right. Everybody, all y'all remember the day your mama had to kick your ass. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
all right. Just step into a womanhood. Because see, kids only know the cook, the cleaning lady, the show, but they don't know about you and your bitch, your grown woman part. They don't know about that. And I told her I'm gonna open the cage and let my bitch talk to her bitch. But my bitch is twice as old. She know most stuff. So if your bitch is ready to meet my bitch, it's on. Don't be calling for me your loving mother. I will not be here. So if you're ready, it's on. No, I don't want to meet your bitch, mama. Well, you better lock your bitch up quick and recognize who I am. Well, I tell you what, you know, that lasted 10 days. When she forgot again, I did not argue with her. I love her. That's my little bucket. I just went over to the cage. Get her. My bitch snatched her so fast, her shell was running around the house, lost for 3 days looking for her ass, you know. So, but now she's 49 years old and she's a college professor. So one good snatch, got her ass good. Scared the hell out of the other 4 kids. So then my son, one of my sons is 6'4", 17 shoe. He was 16 at the time, had a dream. He was talking back to me and woke up and apologized. That's right. I'm sorry, Mama. I'm like the legend of Bigfoot. Don't let mama's bitch out. Where you gotta be. That's where you gotta be. So I got 20 minutes. So I think I used up about 15 of them. So I got like a 5 minutes, I think. Am I right, Miss Rodriguez?
You have 1 minute.
1 minute left?
Yeah.
Oh man, I've heard that from men so many times. Lee. All right. Well then I will say this, that I do have 17 grandkids. And also first of all, I want to say that my son that was born with the diaphragm on his head, and they thought we were Jewish, but he grew up and he's a lawyer in Seattle. So we are Jewish. That was weird. But I got 2 granddaughters in medical school right now. One's going to be a veterinarian. She's in San Diego, and one's going to be a medical doctor. She's in Washington State. And I need both of them. I need the medical doctor to take care of me when I'm sick, and I need the veterinarian to put me down. So I'm just kind of happy about that. And I want to say Happy New Year and thank you for letting me be your headliner tonight. God bless all of you. I love you, my sisters. Thank you.
Woo! That was damn awesome. Thank you so much, Debbie. Hey, everyone looking at the live stream, don't forget all of these comics are locatable on Facebook or social media. And don't forget, book them for your shows. They do in-person shows, they do Zoom shows. They're ready to heed the call. And that was the end of our show, everyone. Go get more information at www.suitmanproductions.com and check them out on Facebook for other more diverse and all-inclusive shows. My name is Athena Rodriguez, and y'all have a great night. Thank you.